he kind of embracing the number one role? Is that an accurate kind of assessment of where he's at right now for you guys?
Yes. I'll say yes on that. We've been challenging him, to step up into that role. He's embraced it. He's done a good job. He hadn't always been consistent, doing that. But the past few days, man, I've really been pleased about his effort and the things that he's been doing. Taking the coaching and the teaching, and now you see the application when we come out here and we practice.
Does it feel like there's somebody kind of directly behind him, or does it seem to be like a wide cast of characters kind of battling?
No, it's not. You got some guys behind him. You got some guys that's pushing. Some other guys that's been doing a good job. Jaylen Brown's one of them. That's done a good job for us. He's been stepping up, and not just catching the football. He's shown some physicality. And some of the things that we've been wanting to see out of him. And he's shown that he doesn't mind blocking on the perimeter as well. So I'm pleased where Jaylen is right now.
When you combine his speed with the physicality you've seen Jaylen, like what kind of upside does he have?
Well, as far as his upside, for one, obviously he can run. He's not the most physical, but he's shown that he's willing, all right, on the perimeter when it comes to the run game. And these guys know that. What am I doing when I don't have the ball in my hand? So he's shown some speed and some physicality as far as run blocking. Now he's got to bring that to releases, getting off press and stuff like that. So I've really been pleased with what I've been seeing out of him.
Talked about the senior freshmen, especially Elijah and Wayne, getting that trying to find a way in that rotation.
Right. Well, Elijah and Wayne, they've been pushing each other, and they've been taking the coaching, and it's really been good to see those guys, quizzing each other, trying to push each other, all right, to get better. And Wayne has done a really good job because obviously he's been here a little longer than Elijah. But Elijah, he's embraced where he is right now, and he's building off of that, really raw. But I've been pleased with seeing what he's done the past few days, catching the football and having the opportunity to get open. But we just have to continue with the details with him.
Do those young receivers have to know everything on the field, or is there a way to get them on with maybe not knowing everything?
Well, a lot of times we teach conceptually, so where am I within the concept, and not just what I have. So I've got to know the concepts and not just that one position. It helps the guys. Now they know if I'm the single to the boundary, or if I'm within the concept of multi-receivers to the field or to the boundary, and my number 1, 2, or 3. So and they've done a good job of it. They do a lot of quizzing each other, getting on the board. I get them on the board. But those young guys, they got to know the concept.
Since the scrimmage, Coach Norvell's talked about guys needing to finish plays well. How has the group improved in that regard over the last week? And what all does that encompass?
It's been up and down. It's collective as a group. You'll see some guys making plays, catching a lot of balls. But then that one deep ball, that contested catch that it maybe tipped his hand or hit his hand, that we got to come down with. That DJ's made a great throw. We got to come down with those. Also, as well as on the perimeter, like running backs today did a good job of, running with the ball. O-line did a good job up front blocking. Now it's getting to that second and third level. We're on guys, but now we just got to finish them. And that's what Coach is talking about as far as finishing plays. When my number's called, all right, I got to make a great catch. I got to come down with it. Or the ball's being run to my side or away, I got to go get that touchdown block. So that's what we mean by just finishing plays. We always want to finish with the ball in our hands. So we just got to be consistent in doing that because we've made some really good plays, but we left some out there also.
Is that kind of the biggest area of concern right now, or biggest point of emphasis, I should say?
I say a point of emphasis.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a concern, because the guys, they've shown that they can do it, but now we just got to be consistent, just stacking them back to back, from period to period, and from drill to drill, that we can be consistent, as an overall group, because some guys have done it, but now the entire group needs to do it, consistent.
How good is the competition with the secondary?
With the sit again?
The secondary. How good is the competition? Receivers and secondary.
Receivers and secondary? Oh, yeah. Man. All right. You're getting some dog fights. Yesterday, boy, the DBs got us. The way to write the white flag, But and we've had some days where we've gotten after them, But it's the thing that we do is, we communicate with each other. Hey, why didn't this work? Hey, coach him up and tell him what he could have done better. The same thing with myself and Coach Sertan. We talk to each other's guys about, hey, maybe if you tried this, this is what hurts us. you know, playing fast and not making a lot of moves. You know, I'm talking to some of the DBs about some of the technique or some of their tendencies about, you know, where they can improve on. So we complement each other. I really like that Coach Novell, you know, he had us, you know, kind of do that with each other, man. That's been really good for us, you know, to help each other out. With the competition, man, these guys been battling.
When you were playing goal line drills, board drills, that kind of stuff every day, how much do you enjoy it when you guys do some of that?
Oh, I love it here, man. I mean, the first thing you think about when you talk about goal line is Mickey Andrews, you know, and he's always saying, Mark, run the ball, don't throw the ball. You know, because Coach Rick, I mean, he's going to throw a couple of fades in there, nakeds, you know, but no, we want to pound the rock, all right? And I want to see how physical my guys could be on the perimeter. You know, so when you see that goal line, you know you got goal line scrimmage towards the end or practice, you know, it should be, I can't say bloodbath, I won't call it bloodbath, you know, but we want to see guys getting after each other, you know, finishing and blocking through that quarter whistle.
Are you seeing some of that for your guys?
Today I did. Yep, today I did. And they've done it throughout the spring. You know, now it's, when I watch this film, are we finished? You know, are we blocking through that whistle?
Good, 2 more.
What's something that you want to see with your receivers going into their second scrimmage?
Just improvement from the last scrimmage. You know, and that's finishing plays. You know, run game, pass game. You know, getting the line. You know, having the tempo, sense of urgency. You know, getting lined up. You know, but that's we got room for improvement, and that's what happened this next spring. I mean, this next scrimmage.
Is Elijah, his maturity, is that pretty impressive? It seems like he's a bright kid.
I love Elijah, man. Sometimes he'll get down on himself, you know, and I tell him, like, look, you just got here. You know, so it's not going to come overnight, you know, but the guy, man, he's been taking the coaching. You know, we've been on him too, man. We've been on him hard, you know, but he's been responding. He's been responding, and that's what we like about him. You know, he just comes in and takes the coaching, and, you know, he doesn't, he's not the guy that's like, man, y'all are always on me. You know, he knows why we're on him, you know, because he's got an opportunity. He's a really good talent and got an opportunity to help us this year.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.